The Miami Marlins are feeling right at home. Winners of 9 straight at AT Park. The Fish like the waters of McCovey Cove just fine. There's no one better than Barry Zito to stop this streak. The lefty is 5-1 in his career against the Marlins, and today he needs to come up huge. Giants Marlins next.
We have got a beautiful day for baseball here at AT Park. Fans filing in as we get ready for Game 3 of this 4-game series. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, we do believe in ownage is ownage, and if that's the case, that should be good news because Barry Zito has pitched very well lifetime against these Florida or Miami Marlins.
Well, and yeah, it's kind of like ownage going against ownage. The Miami Marlins are now 9-0 in their last 9 games here in this ballpark. So maybe Zito can out-ownage him, but he needs a little help from the offense. It's been 73 innings since the Giants have hit a home run. Remember, it was back in Atlanta when Gregor Blanco did. And keep in mind about this. The Giants, when they hit a home run, they're 25-13. When they don't, they're 12-23. So go long ball.
We're just hoping for that big fly or two today. All right, when we come back, we will have the starting lineups, and we'll have the very first pitch of this ball game right after these messages.
By Jack in the Box. Now's your chance to go big at Jack in the Box. Try Jack's Big Stack Burger. 2 jumbo beef patties stacked with onion rings, cheese, and pickles. And by Toyota. Do the math and save at your local Toyota dealer.
Back here at AT Park, you're taking a look at the Cove. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission through Boardwalk is now open every day. 69 degrees here at the Yard. We have winds at 12 miles per hour, humidity at 53%, and the forecast is it's going to be a sunny afternoon. Here's the Marlins lineup, and it's brought to you by Coors Light. And it will go like this. Ruggiano will lead it off, followed by Lucas, and then Giancarlo Stanton. Marcell Osuna will be the cleanup hitter. Then it's Morrison, Echeverria, Polanco, Mathis, and Jacob Turner will pitch and bat ninth.
On the hill today for the Giants will be Barry Zito. Zito making his 15th start. He's 4-5 with a 4.67 ERA. Zito against these Marlins, 5-1 lifetime with a 2.47 ERA. So he likes throwing against the fish. When Zito's right, you're going to see a fastball in the mid-80s, a big curveball, slider, cutter, changeup.
And the first pitch of the ball game is on its way, and it's down low. So we get started at right on time. And it's 1 ball and no strikes to Ruggiano, who takes a strike called by home plate umpire Mike Winters.
And Mike Winters has a big strike zone. Good pitcher's umpire.
So you would like him, I wouldn't.
That is correct. But he's consistent, and I know you like that about umpires.
Yeah, no,
that's one of his strengths.
The further I got away from home plate, the more I liked pitcher umpires. As the rest of the crew is Wegner, Diaz, Timmons. And the fastball is high, 2-2.
An emotional day for Barry Zito. His father, Joe, passed away Wednesday. He's 84 years old.
Down low, 3-2. I thought Bruce Jenkins did a terrific job on a nice little story about Barry Zito and his father Joe in the paper today. His 3 Dot Lounge piece. It was fantastic. Here's the payoff pitch, and a foul down the third base line. This is going to be a long run. Going to get a little help now from the security guard down the left field line.
Our ball babe today. Ingrid Baxter down the third base line.
Got him.
Just tucked a little slider in that outside corner. Strike 3. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Zito today. For the Giants in the outfield, from left to right, it'll be Blanco, Perez, and Pence. Crawford, Noonan on the left side with Crawford back in the lineup. Scudero and Bell on the right side. Buster Posey back in the squad, putting down the signs.
So this game gets started with a strikeout. And here's Ed Lucas, who played a big part in the Marlins win last night.
Let's take a look at strike 3 to Ruggiano. Kind of gave up on the pitch and just kept working back the outside corner. Grab some pine meat.
Pop back and out of play. It's a ball and a strike. Also in that piece with Bruce Jenkins was a very nice picture of Barry and his father Joe when Barry signed the day they held a press conference here. When he signed that long-term contract. It's 1-2 now to Lucas. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. Very nice. Stanton to follow. And that's a little pop-up down the right field line that Belt is not going to be able to get to. The scores in these first two games: Marlins 2, Giants 1 on Thursday, and then last night Marlins 6, Giants 3. Both games the Giants led. Well, the game on Thursday they led going to the 8th. Last night they were tied going to the 8th, and both times the 8th inning proved to be problematic for the Giants. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Zito just planting that right on the hands of Lucas, and Lucas manages to get a piece.
Yep, we're number one. When I was a kid, I used to think sponge fingers were magic. And they were in their infant stages. They've become very creative.
Two and two to Ed Lucas. And he drives it to left. Blanco back. It is gone. And it's a solo home run for Lucas, his first of the year. And it's 1-0 Marlins.
Well, it's his first of the year, and it's the first of his career. And we're going to make it our Exmo, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. He comes in a 2-strike count off a breaking ball. And he now can say he has a big league homer. And just like that, it's 1-0. It gives you an idea how the ball's carrying today. It is a live field, especially to left and center. Yeah, hit your first big league home run will make you smile.
And a strike to Stanton. And that pitch is wide. Give you an idea, the long road for Ed Lucas. He is a 30-year-old rookie. Never had a day in the big leagues until this year. In tight 3-1, he got to know towns like Idaho Falls, High Desert, Wichita, Omaha, Gwinnett, Salt Lake. Today, San Francisco with his first big league home run. The 3-1 to Stanton. Swing and a miss, 3-2.
Yeah, Giancarlo Stanton trying to hit one which would not be his first. One of the pure power guys in the game, and a 3-1 count with count leverage. That had a little greed behind it.
And be careful with that location. Into right center field. This is a long run as it starts to carry, and Perez tracks it down. My goodness, Stanton hit that a long way.
I think he hit that over towards the end of the bat. I mean, I didn't think he had great wood on it. Just gives you an idea of how the ballpark's playing and how much power he's got. That's a bad combination. There you see it start to drift. And what we have found out from Juan Perez is he's got some catch-up speed. If you have too much hang time on a fly ball towards center field, he's going to get it.
Here's Marcell Ozuna.
We're going to make that fly ball catch from Perez our forward right choice. What do you think about that?
Ozuna, the only cleanup hitter today around the major leagues that bluffed a bunt on the first pitch.
Nobody was buying it.
And now, timeout call by Ozuna. Zito and Posey trying to come up with a pitch. And he goes around, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ozuna has been the one, well, not the one guy, but he has been one of the Marlins hitters that has had everything to do with the Giants losing the first 2 games in this series. He knocked in the lead run on Thursday, and he did it again last night.
And all of his hits have gone to right field.
Pagan barely has to move, and that'll end the inning. Marlins on the board. Giants coming up. Tigers, their lineup, and it's brought to you by Coors Light. It'll be Gregor Blanco against the Marlins. Good numbers, lifetime, followed by Scudero and then Posey. Pence will be the cleanup hitter. Then it's Bell, Crawford, and Perez. Noonan will hit 8th, and Zito will pitch and bat 9th.
On the hill today for the Marlins, a baby, just a 21-year-old, actually 22. He turned 22 in May. Jacob Turner, 6'5", 215-pounder. This is what he's done in 4 starts, 1-0 with a 2.16 ERA. He's got a good fastball that'll go low to mid-90s. He's got lots of sink. You'll see ground balls when he's on. He's also got a curveball, slider, and a changeup. So he mixes in the 4 pitches that you would normally see from a starter. In his professional career, he has always been a starter. Marlins got him with Rob Brantley from Detroit in exchange for Anibal Sanchez and Omar Infante last year. So he was one of the key pieces to that trade. And now here he is at the tender age of 22 in the big leagues.
Blanco takes a call strike, hitting .293. He's got a home run, 25 driven in. Had 3 hits last night. Giants had 11. Here he shoots it to left, and he leads the bottom of the first off with a line drive base hit.
Check out the Marlins defense starting in their outfield from left to right. It'll be Ruggiano, Ozuna, and Stanton. That's your outfield. Echeverria joining Polanco on the left side of the infield. Lucas and Morris on the right side. Jeff Mathis will be in the squad putting down the signs. And that who will be playing behind Jacob Turner. Got really good outfield arms in right and in center. We saw a throw last night from center fielder Marcelo Ozuna that was very impressive. So those are 2 you have to be aware of if you're going to try and take an extra base on the base paths.
So here's Scudero, and Scudero takes a strike. Scudero hitting .331, 2 home runs, 17 driven in. Scudero 1 for 8 in this series. Scudero, right center field. Is it going to hang up there? It's past the diving Stanton. Blanco's going to put on the brakes. Scudero with a base hit. Boy, Stanton went airborne. I thought, my goodness, he's going to catch this.
Yeah, I thought so too. Giants catch a break there, but really can't take the extra base, and it's an example of how much respect they have for Marcell Ozuna. Nice inside-out swing, going to the opposite field gap. But let's watch Stanton. This is why Blanco really could not get too far off the first base bag. From his view, he thought he was going to be able to not to catch the ball, and once it got by him, had it not been Ozuna and somebody with a normal arm at center, you might have seen Blanco take that third base sack.
So here's Buster Posey. Way outside. Posey hitting .313, 8 home runs, 42 driven in. Way outside again. It's 2-0. So Turner right now either just missing badly or trying to stay away from Buster Posey. And he pours in a strike at 91. 2 balls and 1 strike.
We're 3 games into this series with the Marlins, and what we've seen from Buster Posey is that the Marlins have continuously pounded that outside corner on him.
Lined into center, and making the catch is Ozuna, and I have no idea what Blanco saw that I didn't see. So Posey hits it right on the nose, And Blanco, for whatever reason, started to take off.
He's thinking that ball's going to drop in front of Ozuna, and it winds up being a pretty routine play. Not often you see outfielders make that mistake.
So here's Pence.
I should say outfielders on the base paths make that mistake.
Pence hitting .290. And he takes low, 1 ball and no strikes. So Scudero at first with 2 outs. And a swing and a miss by Pence to even the count. Belt on deck if Pence reaches here in the first. 2 outs and 1 aboard. And this is hit high and deep to right field. Stanton back, and he makes the catch in front of the wall, and that'll end the inning. Well, Turner's not fooling anybody. However, he gets out of this mess, and it's 1-0 Marlins.
World's most versatile camera. Go pro. Be a hero.
Well, fans, this is the 3rd day of our Junior Giants stretch drive. You've heard a lot about our Junior Giants program recently. This is truly a unique league that provides safe activities for youth in some of our more challenged communities. You can keep kids involved all summer long by making a donation at any level. Visit jrgiants.org to learn more about this special campaign. And it's named after the great Willie McCovey. Here's Morrison, who takes a strike. Morrison hit his first home run of the year last night. He's never faced Zito before. As he goes around, it's 0-2. He had some really terrific at-bats last night. It wasn't just his home run that hurt the Giants. He had a 2-out triple that knocked in a run and cut the Giants' lead from 3-1 to 3-2. And then the infield hit. He scored the tying run. Here he chops it foul.
Now you look at the replay of the home run, and what he did yesterday is just crush mistakes. Ball up, boom. That was the one that he hit out early, and then later on in the game he got a ball up And he hits a triple on it. So really had some pretty good pitches to hit. But to his credit, he didn't miss anything last night.
And this pop-up is out of play. The 0-2 pitch to Morrison is attacked and hit foul down the left field line and out of play. On deck is Echeverria. Breaking ball misses 1-2. Zito gave up the home run on the first, working to Logan Morrison here to lead off the second, and it's outside. It's 2-2. And the 2-2 offering. Look out, 3-2. So Morrison was behind 0-2, so he's worked the count back to a 3-2 count. Zito now has to at least get a piece of the plate. Got him.
Fastball right above the hands.
All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
All right, gentlemen, MRI results are in for Angel Pagan and the pop he heard in his knee Thursday night. It is indeed a tear in the tendon behind the knee. The Giants are going to do their due diligence, seek a second opinion early next week. Surgery is an option. Should they opt for that, he could be out 6 to 8 weeks. Angel saying before today's game he needs his legs to do his job as an outfielder and a leadoff guy. He is understandably frustrated, gentlemen.
Yep, you can imagine. Here's Echeverria.
Well, certainly not the news we were hoping for from Angel Pagan. The injury bug has been rampant around baseball this year. Like I don't ever remember it being as bad as it is this year.
And Echeverria digs this one out, and he puts it between Noonan and Crawford for a one-out single. Well, we had good news last night. Sandoval playing in Stockton, where he once starred, and in one of those at bats, Sandoval hit a home run with the number 50. So here's Polanco. Polanco's got as good an ownage on a pitcher that you could ever possibly want. In 19 at bats, he's got 12 hits. See his numbers for the series, he's 1 for 6.
There's the numbers you're talking about against Zito's. That's big time ownage right there. Tells you, number one, he's a good breaking ball hitter. Number two, he uses the whole field. Number three, he just flat out sees him well.
So it's 2-0 now to Polanco. Jeff Mathis on deck. pours in a strike to make it 2-1. Echeverria does have 3 steals. However, he's been thrown out 4 times. But we know he's got pretty good speed, so you have to keep an eye out. He does not go, and this is down low, and it's 3-1. So Zito now has to come in to a guy that's hit him very well in Polanco, and maybe now Echeverria takes off. Echeverria does extend his lead by a half a step. And there's a strike, and it's now 3-2.
Hold on there, Mr. Polanco. Not done yet. Right on the outside corner. Pretty much the strike 3 pitch we saw Zito through Ruggiano to start the game off at a 3-2 count. It's the 4th 3-2 count for Zito here in the first 7 hitters he's faced. It's a lot of pitches.
Zito thinking that the base runner at first, Echeverria, is going to go on this 3-2 pitch, and I think he will. He's picked off. Belt's got it. Belt throws to Crawford, and they got him.
Okay, Echeverria had a little bit of a hand deep right there towards the bag, and he almost pulled it off. Now, if you're hung out and you have good speed, just keep going, and that's what he did, and that puts pressure on the throw from first base. Belt gets that over to Crawford as fast as he can. Watch him pull his arm back. And Crawford just does get him, and that's a big play.
Pence on his horse, and Pence can't get it. And Perez backing him up, so it'll be a double for Polanco. Now 13 for 20 lifetime.
So now how big was that pickoff? 3-2 challenge, a little cut fastball, and this time Polanco stays with it, has to, and does what you're supposed to do with that outside location. Go the opposite way.
I think the ball's carrying pretty well to right center.
Yeah, I mean this is a live yard right now.
So the Giants are going to walk Mathis intentionally.
Well, I agree with you. These should not count it as pitch count.
Yeah, somebody could say, look, he was having a hard time throwing strikes.
Yeah, 4 balls. Well, time now for our Coors Light Cold Hard Facts. Longest visitor win streaks in San Francisco since 1995. Well, the Dodgers had the longest one, 2006, 2007. They had an 11-game streak. And the Marlins right now riding a 9-game streak. That tied the Padres, who put together a 9-game streak back in 1995 through 96. And then the Pirates in 96, 97 had an 8-game streak against the Giants. So the Giants trying to put an end to that today.
Here's Jacob Turner, who's 0 for 7, and he takes a pretty good rip, and it's no balls in 1 strike.
That's absolutely a pretty good rip. Bottom line, if you're out there 60 feet 6 inches away from that, you're thinking I better make some location pitches here. Don't take this guy for granted. 0 for lifetime.
0-2. 0-2 to Jacob Turner. 0-3 to Jacob Turner. Belt will lead things off, followed by Crawford and Perez.
Pitcher Ricky Nolasco, in an interview with Henry Schulman, he said, you know, I don't think anybody would be disappointed to come to San Francisco. I like everything about this place. Mound size, good place to pitch, crowd is great, and a great team. What's not to like? Well, he's probably going to get traded by the deadline July 31st. And it has been rumored that he may be coming to the National League West. But what I like about what he says, the first thing that he was impressed with, mound size.
Yeah, and the announcers.
Yeah.
That wasn't in there?
Hey, I just crossed that out.
Here's Belt, and Belt takes a strike. Belt, Crawford, Perez. Giants had Turner in trouble in the first, and they helped him get out of it. As Belt rolls this one foul, and it's 0-2. Giants hit 4 balls on the nose in the first inning. And they got nothing to show for it. Full house, good weather. Giants looking for a win. And Belt strikes out. That's the first strikeout for Turner. And here's Crawford.
Yeah, it's good to see Brandon Crawford back in the lineup. Feeling much better. The injury he had to his hand, his forefinger and middle finger were jammed. Swelling has gone down finally.
And strike at the knees.
The first thing he sees is 92-mile-an-hour sink on the outside corner on the black.
On deck is Juan Perez. Ed Lucas, the second baseman for the Marlins, hit a solo home run off of Zito in the first. And that's where we stand. It's 1-0. Crawford off his foot.
Now this is the injury to Brandon Crawford last Tuesday, going in on a head-first slide, and you watch the right hand, and he really jams the fingers into the bag. felt some immediate discomfort. Stayed in the game for about an inning or two, and then he had to leave the game eventually. And we have not seen him until today. So he missed Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday's game.
Here he sends this one into center field, and Ozuna's going to put it away. Two outs for Perez. Juan Perez off to a hot start. Now he's 8 for 27. Ball slipped out of his hand. The bat did. It's no balls and one strike. Oh, and 2.
Turner staying away with breaking balls. Once you swing at a breaking ball and miss it, as Perez did on the second strike, the young pitcher thinks he could do that again to you.
The 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And part of surviving up here is being able to identify a pitch early after you've been beaten on a pitch. Lay off it next time. Stay out of that pitch out of the strike zone. So he swings at 1, and Turner's given him 3 more down and below the strike zone, and 3 times Perez has taken him to get to the 3-2 count.
And the payoff. He walked him.
So 0-2 to a walk. Pretty good at bat.
So here's Noonan. Good day for an ice cream cone. I don't think there's any bad days for an ice cream cone. Noonan went 1 for 4 in the game last night.
Yeah, I was thinking that myself.
Chicken fingers. Yeah, good day for that too. Got him, and that'll end the inning. So Perez picked off before Noonan even sees a pitch. Here we go. Did he get him?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Brought to you by Golden Gate University. No matter the obstacle, we can help you finish your bachelor's degree at ggU.edu/finish.
1-0 Miami is Ruggiano in the top of the Marlins order. Steps up. It'll be Ruggiano, Lucas, and Stanton. And this is bounced foul.
Let's take a look at the pickoff play that ended things for the Giants at the bottom of the second. A little bit of lean to his right. And that's all it took. Nice quick move. And watch the tag from Morrison. Slap tag. And Mark Wegner, first base umpire, had an easy call. And was he out? Well, let's take a look. Yes, he was. Giants in the base pass today are not impressing anybody.
Yeah, 0 for 2. Inside corner strike 1 and 2. And that's a little low. Zito. 52 pitches. And now Ruggiano asks for time. And that's in on the hands of Ruggiano. Nice play.
All right, Ingrid Baxter making a pick down there, our ball babe today.
So another 3-2 count to one of these Marlins hitters.
54 pitches, really take away the intentional walk. Still 50 pitches into the third inning. That's a lot.
Tapped. Zito spins and throws, and Belt digs it out. Nice play. Hey, you write 1-3 down in your scorecard, and that really doesn't tell the whole story.
Oh, and with Brandon Belt, I mean, you just think he's going to come up with it every time. This is not an easy play. Zito knows Ruggiano's got good speed and hurries the throw. And a nice dig out to the backhand from Brandon Belt. Start down, come up. And, oh yeah, by the way, stay in contact with the bag.
Yeah.
Makes it look easy.
Here's Lucas. Lucas takes high. Homered into the bleachers in left in the first inning. And just a bit high.
Now, Lucas is in a pretty good spot in the lineup. He's hitting ahead of Stanton. Stanton, the guy with all the power. And you just can't walk a guy like Lucas to face Stanton out of the stretch. So you got to get after him. So he knows he's going to see strikes. It's just a matter of being patient.
So that makes it 3-1, and back to count leverage for Lucas. And that's ball 4.
And that's a mistake.
Well, spend the 4th of July weekend at AT Park. It'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 7:15 on Friday, 4:15 on Saturday. Trading card day at 1:05 on Sunday, presented by Chevron to the first 20,000 fans. sfgiants.com. So here's Stanton. Stanton hit a ball deep into right center field that Perez tracked down. And he looks at a strike. One out, one on. Giants down by one. And did he go around? You bet he did. 0-2.
It used to bother you when an umpire called a check swing strike on you, and he did it a little bit too exuberantly.
Yeah, a lot. And you always remember who they are, too, that do it to you. And Stanton gets a piece. He remains 0-2.
Well, do you remember the guy that ticked you off the worst?
Nah, I can't really speak of someone who has passed away. No balls and 2 strikes. On the ground up the middle, Scudero. He'll step on the bag, double play, inning over. Noonan, Zito, Blanco coming up, 1-0 Marlins.
Is brought to you by Grinds Coffee Pouches. Get the product that players use and visit getgrinds.com today.
1-0 Miami as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's going to be Nick Noonan going to start things off against Jacob Turner. And a bit inside, ball 1.
Noonan hitting .213 with 4 runs batted in with Zito on deck. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Noonan with a swing and a foul back. He had a good swing at a 2-0 pitch that he figured was going to be something good to hit. Two and two. And that's the pitch that is always tough to lay off of because you get such a good view of that fastball.
So far, Jacob Turner has really mixed 2 types of fastballs in. One that has cut, one that has movement running away from the lefties. Like that. Hasn't been really stellar with his command, but he's just effectively wild enough to keep guys off balance first time through the lineup. It'll be very interesting to see how this Giants team make adjustments their second time through against him.
I think you said basically the same thing about Kohler the other night.
He did. And the Giants, they're a team that really has not done well against guys they don't know, especially the first couple times through the lineup. By the time you get a purchase on the guy, he's out of the game.
Noonan shoots one to left for a base hit.
And that may be the key right there, going the opposite way against this kid.
So sets up nicely for Zito, who usually does a good job advancing runners.
Think about it, the Giants have had 3 base hits this first time through the lineup. Blanco, Scudero, and now Noonan, and they're all opposite field hits. Nice job. Really not much of a stride. Stayed very still. Ball got to him. Pushed it into left. Had a pretty good pitch to hit there on a challenge fastball. Zito, one of the better bunters on the Giants team.
And he bunts this one foul, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
I think it's easier for right-handers to put the ball down the first base line than it is for left-handers.
Zito rolls one to Morrison, and Zito is out. Giants and Marlins tomorrow afternoon right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Pregame live will start at 12:30, and it will be the final game of the series. See the full road trip coming up. 3 in LA, 3 in Denver, and then 4 in Cincinnati. So pack lots of underwear tomorrow, my friend.
Pack light. It's going to be warm, especially in Cincinnati where it's supposed to be in the high 80s.
Pack light, like you mean light clothes, or like don't pack too much?
Both.
And they're going to throw behind Noonan, and everybody's going to be safe. It'll be an error on the pitcher, Turner.
Giants catch a break here. I mean, this is just youth trying to make something out of nothing. He had an opening. Noonan got a little leaky, and there you see what he saw. But it's better to take the out, especially early in a ball game. You cannot give big league teams 4 and 5 outs an inning. They will bite you.
So Noonan at second, Blanco at first, and here's Scudero, who dropped a single into right field in the first. Nice play by Mathis. 1 ball and no strikes.
And they play Ozuna, the center fielder, about 4 or 5 steps over to the right center field side, so they pinch that gap against Scudero. Big gap in left center. They give him the line in left field.
On the ground, maybe a pair. 4, 6, 3, and that'll end the inning. Through 3, it's 1-0 Marlins.
And it's Giants in the community. I'd like to introduce you to Greg Pruitt, and you're the Senior VP for PG&E. Tell us about the Bright Minds Scholarship Program, which we saw on the field earlier today.
We've had this program for 2 years. We set aside $1 million annually for worthy students. They're in high school, community college, or have special needs. And 10 of those award winners, as our award winner today, get a full ride scholarship for 5 years of up to $30,000 a year.
We've got one of the winners here today. We'd like to introduce you to Evie Peng. Congratulations. She got a full ride scholarship. What kind of honor is this for you, Evie?
It's really special, and it's like believing in me and giving me the opportunity and hope for my future and for my college. It's really amazing.
And where are you going to go to college?
UC Berkeley.
Go Cal. All right, Giant in the community. Go Bears.
Go
Giant
Bears.
in the community. Evie Peng. Congratulations. All right, thanks, guys. Dwayne.
All right, good story. Is Marcel Osuna takes a strike. It's no balls and one strike. Zito pops that one on the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. One nothing. Marlins. 4th inning. And a strike to make it 1-2.
He's that little slider there, right? Especially on that outside corner of the righties. It's really been a good pitch for him. 67 pitches. And that is going to become a story here shortly. It's amazing how the pitch count has become such a part of a broadcast, so much a part of strategy for a manager now.
Got him.
All right, time now for our AT&T trivia question. If you know your answer, tweet it to CSN Giants. The question today: at age 20, Miguel Cabrera was the youngest Marlin to homer in his major league debut. Who was the youngest player in Giants history to do so?
Mays McCovey Cepeda.
I mean,
I'm just throwing it out there.
hey, when in doubt, pick a Hall of Famer, I guess. I have no idea.
Zito lobs to first.
And that's a 1-pitch out. And that's when he needs a bunch of quick outs. Quick outs are outs within 3 pitches.
So it's really 66 pitches.
Yeah. Take away the 4 for the intentional walk, and it's really 66.
Yeah. Echeverria with a base hit in the second. He singled past Noonan. And he'll take a strike. It has been a series so far where the offense just has not been able to click. They did have the I'm saying I'm looking back at an inning where they scored a bunch of runs and they haven't. This is hit out of play. It's 1-2. Arizona and Cincinnati will play tonight, as will San Diego and Los Angeles. Rockies snapped their 5-game losing streak as they beat the Nationals 7-1. That was a win for Jhoulys Chachin. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Hit high into right center field for Perez. And Zito with a nice 1-2-3 inning. For the Giants, Posey, Pence, and Belt. The beat coming up.
Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
All right, here's our AT&T Trivia question. We're going to ask and answer it. At age 20, Miguel Cabrera was the youngest Marlin to homer in his Major League Baseball debut. Who was the youngest player in Giants history to do it? Our survey said, well, it was Whitey Lockman, 18 years old, 1945.
Here's Posey. Many years ago at Candlestick, we had Whitey Lockman on the air with us for a couple of innings.
Carroll Whitey Lockman. A manager in the Cubs organization when I was in the minor leagues.
Posey ought to play nothing in 2.
And he told me at a very tender age, kid, you're going to pitch in the big leagues. And that meant the world to me.
Of course, Whitey Lockman, if I recall, was on base right when Bobby Thompson hit the home run. And anytime you're around Whitey Lockman, that's what everybody wants to talk to him about. Posey stays alive as he bangs this one off his foot.
All right, sinker down and in. Where's it go when you hit it on top of the ball? It's in the back leg. I mean, that's kind of the one we saw Matt Williams break his right foot with.
Yep. Which we'll never forget.
No.
Pence to follow. 1 and 2.
Pretty good 0-2 pitch right there from the 22-year-old Jacob Turner.
Posey fouls it back. He had a pretty good rip. Hits are even at 3. The difference, one of the hits for the Marlins went over the fence. Two and 2.
Just missed with that breaking ball. Outstanding 2-strike pitch. He hit 1-2, and that's where you want to throw that one. I mean, that was right there. Some umpires say sit down.
Posey gets jammed. It'll be Lucas, and Lucas makes the play and the throw. 1 out.
Well, you have to say that in that at bat, Buster Posey was impressed with what he saw from Jacob Turner.
So here's Pence. Pence hit a ball well to right field that Stanton tracked down. And this is laced foul. Look at that. It never met until that foul ball he caught. That's awesome what a ball will do.
Yep, now they're going to the prom together.
Pence hits this one on the ground to third for Polanco. And Polanco will make the play. 2 outs here in the 4th. And here's Belt. Belt, the only strikeout victim off of Jacob Turner, and that happened to lead off the 2nd. Oh, and 1.
Good curveball. Haven't seen a lot of changeups from Turner, but fastball with 2 types of grip, the slider and the curveball. He's used all those, and he's mixed them up well.
Here's the 1-1 delivery, and it's low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Matt Cain tomorrow. That'll be a getaway day game for the Giants. They'll leave after the game for Los Angeles. And Belt wraps one into center field, a base hit. And Belt's going for 2. And here's the throw, and he made it. Give him credit, he never slowed down. And he challenged a guy that's had a little success in this series.
You're right. I mean, that's a play that you're thinking about when you leave the batter's box. So watch how he gets out right here. I'm thinking about it. Go. And a lot of teams take him lightly. They don't think he's got speed, but sneaky fast.
So here's Crawford. 3 out of the 4 innings in this game, the Giants have had a runner at second. Crawford takes down low. He lined out to the center fielder Ozuna back in the second inning. 1-0 Miami. On the ground to short. Echeverria has it, and that'll end the inning. No runs, a double, 1 left. We'll head to the 5th. 1-0 Marlins.
Is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com.
Well, over 20,000 kids in 85 communities participate in the Junior Giants program. Did you know that 70% of these kids would not play baseball if not for this program? And we're grateful for the support of the Stretch Drive at any level. $440 donors receive a baseball autograph by Willie McCovey and Matt Cain. $1,500 donors will also receive a jersey autograph by Matt Cain. Visit jrgiants.org to learn more.
Here's Polanco, who takes a strike. Oh yeah, this guy's ready. He's actually calling for a pitch out right here.
Well, I don't think you should leave home without your catcher's gear. That's what I've always felt.
Polanco steps out. No balls and a strike. This is hit out to right field. Pence will drift and stop and put it away.
It's almost like the high pitch count has inspired Barry Zito, because all of a sudden he has become economical.
to Mathis. Mathis was walked intentionally. In the second here, he takes up and in, 1 ball and no strikes. We're in the 5th inning. We've seen this game before, I think. And that's foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball and 1 strike. And that's down low. Posey digs it out. Giants out hitting the Marlins, but that really doesn't do a whole lot for anybody. Not close. 3-1.
The changeup kind of quit on. Changeup has not quite been there for him today. Cutter and the curveball have really been his 2 best weapons. See the 48 pitches in the first 2 innings. That's a lot. And he only gave up the 1 run, a home run. Zito has been quiet this day, as you can imagine. Lost his father earlier in the week. It's almost like he was really looking forward for this start to make a statement.
Got him.
Statement in the memory of his dad. And the 3-2 count. It's like a little changeup that he just sort of placed high in the strike zone and gets a swing through. See it. 5th strikeout for Zito.
So Jacob Turner, who struck out in the second, taps this one. Zito diving, can't get it. Now nobody's at first. So Turner's going to have his first big league hit.
Well, there's all kinds of first big league hits. I mean, there's home runs, doubles, triples, line drives, ground balls that find a hole. But then every once in a while, you get yourself a swing and bunt. And it's odd that this is going to be the one he remembers the rest of his life. He and Barry Zito forever entwined. First big league knock. He's got himself a batting average. And when he recreates that story to his grandchild in 40 years, he'll say, it was off a former Cy Young Award winner, and I hit a rocket.
Yeah. That'll end the inning. For the Giants, it'll be Perez, Noonan, and Zito.
Solar Company, the solar company.
It's a 1-0 lead for the Marlins. A home run in the first by Ed Lucas.
You saw the sunshine. That's exactly what the outfielders, infielders are going to be looking at. High pop-ups now. One thing we found out from Omar Vizquel is that at the start of a ball game on Saturdays in the summertime, you don't really get affected by the pop-ups till about the 5th or 6th inning. Then it becomes an issue, and it's getting close to that time.
So here's Perez on the ground and a fair ball over the bag, and he is on the go. It kicks a little bit away from Ruggiano, and the way the Giants have been running the bases lately, put on the brakes.
Yeah, they've been a little too over-aggressive today. First pitch breaking ball, breaks it right down the line past Polanco. See just how fair this ball was. Right over the bag, hits the line behind the bag, and with Perez's speed, an easy two-bagger. He just barely did hit that base at first base.
So here's Noonan. If you're Noonan, here's where you try to drive the runner in. Do not give yourself up to get that guy over to third. Well, he's going to get the guy over to third. And now it's up to Barry Zito.
Right on cue.
All right, let's check in with Amy G.
All right, Dwayne, fans looking to enhance the game on their computer, their tablet, or their smartphone, we've got you covered. Log on to csnbarrier.com. Click on Giants In-Game Live. It's presented by Chevron. You can get stats up to the second, box scores, and join the social buzz with other fans. Giants In-Game Live. It's presented by Chevron, only at csnbarrier.com. Gentlemen?
All right. So here's Zito.
That's about time for one of his magic at bats.
He can pull it off, can he?
I really can.
Infield is in. And this is a bunt, and here comes Perez. They'll flip it home, and they got him. Well, the Marlins pulled it off perfectly.
I'll tell you what, it's just a play you don't see made very often because of how difficult it is. And Lucas with a perfect feed to Mathis, the catcher. And it has to be perfect. You can see Perez coming down. He's got great speed. He commits to it. And watch Turner come in, a barehander, and just a little shovel pass right to Mathis. And Mathis seals off the plate beautifully, and that is a spectacular play.
So now Blanco will hit with Zito at first.
Boy, it's really the most difficult play for a pitcher and a catcher to hook up on. There's no force involved. It has to be a tag. But Jacob Turner just made an absolute incredible flip.
So it's 1-1 to Blanco. Blanco is 1 for 2. Here he taps it foul. So the Giants an opportunity. And now they'll have to do it with a couple of hits here in the 5th inning with Zito at first. And this is driven high and deep into right center field. Stanton's going to have this one hit off the bottom of the wall. And And it's going to be, is this going to be a ground rule double? No, they're going to say, I think they're going to say he scored. Yes. So we're going to call this a ground rule triple.
Well, Mike Redmond's going to come out and he's going to want an explanation for it.
Well, if it's interference, Mike, I mean, if the fan reaches down, then it's like a home run.
Well, with Blanco's speed, the ball coming back over the head of Stanton, that may have been an inside the Parker. I mean, this ball was just crushed. Ball shot straight up the wall, and somebody reached in and grabbed it.
Well, we think that's what happened.
Or maybe it went under the fence.
I guess Redmond's been kicked out.
Well, we can't see where the ball did kick up. It didn't get locked under the pads or anything, so it did bounce up. Redmond comes in livid, and he just got tossed. It was in the face of Mark Wegner, who made the call. But it is not an automatic ground rule double. It is up to the discretion of the umpire. And they made the right call. They know it's a triples alley. It was 2 outs. It is a testimony to how fast Barry Zito can run, though.
Well, if Zito doesn't have that type of speed, then they don't allow that run to score.
Hey. So we got a brand new ball game. Giants finally break the ice against Turner.
Are they going to send Blanco to second? They're going to say, yo, Gregor, you're pushing the envelope here, okay?
Zito has got a lope going. And that's his best bolt. And to his credit, he never slows down. And it's important. Saw plate umpire Mike Winter signal double, and then right there they agree that Zito would have scored on the play. And that is all up to umpire discretion.
So Scudero will hit now with Blanco at second base. And that pitch is down low. 1 ball and no strikes.
There are so many rules in the baseball rule book that require interpretation from an umpire making a call. It's not, there's a lot of gray area. And it seems like every time a ruling gets made within that gray area, a manager gets tossed.
Two balls and no strikes. Buster Posey on deck. And this is flipped out to right center field. And Stanton will put it away to end the inning. Giants tie it up. We'll head to the 6th. It's 1-1.
versus rewind. And last night we go back to the first pitch. Colin Kaepernick, the Niners quarterback, warming up just a little bit in the cages underneath the stands. He gets introduced, and he's going to throw out the first pitch. Sergio Romo with the incredible backhanded play. He had it on the gun at 87 miles per hour. Kaepernick does nothing that isn't fifth gear full speed, go get him. And that's our AT&T U-verse rewind. You would expect nothing less from the Niners quarterback.
Well, I know you like me to mention this, but where did he go to school? I forgot.
Well, the University of Nevada up in Reno. Part of the Wolfpack up there.
I got you. Didn't know that. Ed Lucas fouls this one out of play. Lucas homered in the first, walked in the third.
His home run, the only blemish on the report card for Barry Zito through 5 innings.
Little bloop into center field, and it's going to fall. And quickly getting to it was Scudero. So Lucas, that comes out of nowhere, and he's hitting homers. 2 hits yesterday to hurt the Giants. And now he's on for the beef.
Well, with that swing of the bat, he's hitting over 300. And that's all he wanted to do was get Zito into a stretch to face Stanton, Ozuna, and Morrison, the heart of the Marlins lineup.
Just inside.
So you've seen him now for a couple years. What do you think about Miami's new unis?
And that pitch is down low. So how do I rate him? Like 0 to 10?
Well, you like him better than the old ones?
Yeah, I do.
I do too.
I do.
It's a good look.
This is foul back.
When they moved into their new ballpark, they no longer were the Florida Marlins. They became the Miami Marlins. All new unis, all new ballpark, a whole new look. Giants go down August 16th, 17th, and 18th and play the Marlins in Miami. And that's a trip I look forward to now.
2-2.
Ballpark domed. You know you're not going to have any rain delays. That was automatic when you went down to play the Marlins. You're going to get 3 or 4
automatic
stoppages.
Just outside. It's now a full count.
Marlins fan. Well, this becomes the biggest pitch in the game right here.
Three and two. And that's going to be a souvenir.
A little changeup. That really is one of the best changeups he's throwing today. Stanton did a nice job just to get a piece of that one. Good pitch.
On the ground to Noonan. Noonan will go to Scudero. Scudero to Belt. Not in time.
Just a little hesitation. Stanton, a guy who can combine power with speed, that little pause right there from Noonan, couldn't quite get it out of his glove. And even at that, they might still have gotten him. That was close. But a nice comeback in that 3-2 count for Zito.
So here's Ozuna. Crawford, a bullet, and the flip, and the turn. Welcome back, Brandon Crawford. 1-1 ball game.
That was a flame.
It happened on this date in 1986. The Giants swept a doubleheader from the Astros, winning the first game 4-2, second game 3-2, and the Giants, after winning the first game, moved into first place in the NL West.
He's got it, and the Giants are in first place as Kruko goes 9. Let's listen to this. Played, and Craig swings, lines it to first, caught by Aldrete. The ball game is over. Holy cow!
And that happened in 1986. My partner won game 1, and they finished the day a game and a half in front of the Astros. How about that? Mike also went 2 for 4 in that game. Here's Buster Posey, who pops it up. Straightaway center field for Ozuna. 1 out. I remember that day because it was really the first time that I think everybody believed that the turnaround had been made.
I remember in 1985 we lost 100 games, so it was a renaissance, if you would. Proud organization, got some pride back. The city fell in love with that club, and that was the start of something good. The Giants would go to the playoffs in '87, World Series in '89.
The voices you heard for the final out in the first game was Phil Stone. Phil was here for 1 year working on the radio with Hank Greenwald, and the final out of the second game was indeed the great Hank Greenwald, who was here today with his wife Carla.
Hank Greenwald, 78 years old.
This is a foul ball. Pence going to see if the bat's broken, and he's not 100% sure. And when you're in doubt, get some new lumber.
Wedding party. The bride and her bridesmaids celebrating. Got a couple of groups out here today. Gamer babes, they just light it up though, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That might be the group to party with tonight. What do you think? Think we can run that by Jennifer and Michelle?
I'm not sure that would sell.
Hit on the ground, foul. Well, what if we told them that we were like the master of ceremonies? There was like a dinner, or
they would say, well, then we need to see the check.
1-2. Two balls, two strikes. Here it is to Pence. Pence, center field. Ozuna again moves back and puts it away.
I'll tell you one thing Jacob Turner has done today. He has put a horse collar on Posey and Pence. 0 for 6.
Both Posey and Pence hit the ball hard in the first inning. So here's Belt. Belt with a very nice double. He legged out a double in the fourth inning. And he takes a strike. This will be pitch number 73 for Jacob Turner. The pesky Marlins.
They played good ball here.
Three and 1.
They're young. They're talented. Really, a lot of them are learning how to play this game at the big league level.
Mike, real quick, I think this is where Bruce Bochy would like to see Belt look for a pitch in and try to hit in the water. He goes the other way, and it's out to Ruggiano, and that'll end the inning. 3 fly balls in the 7th inning coming up. It's 1-1. Local Toyota dealer. Turner and Zito, they are still out there. The number of pitches is a bit of a difference. Lucas hit his first major league home run, and Gregor Blanco has really had a fine series. Here it's Logan Morrison to lead it off against Zito. He's about to throw pitch number 98, and it's high.
And with that pitch from Zito. Looks like Sandy Rosario is heading down the Giants bullpen and start getting heated up.
Morrison with a good swing.
That is a 1-0 swing. That's a hitter with count leverage. Yep. And that is a happy family. Good looking bunch right there.
Good group. Breaking ball misses. 2 balls and 1 strike.
There you see Rosario.
Well into center field as this ball starts to carry, and Perez in front of the wall is going to make the catch. Well, this is how the Giants scored their run in the 5th inning with Zito at first. Blanco hits one that disappeared, and when the ball disappears, the runner from first gets the score.
It's automatic. That's a rule that we wrote in the 5th inning. Mike Redmond, the skipper for the Marlins, had never heard of that rule, so he argued himself out of the game.
I mean, we've tried to follow that ball, and we lost it.
We have no replay of it. So we're going with it disappeared.
Echeverria is 1 for 2. And Zito with a strike. We're starting to see now the bullpen for the Marlins start to move around. 2 balls and 1 strike. Out of play, 2-2. Remember, Arizona and Cincinnati tonight, San Diego and LA tonight. The Padres, a nice job of beating Clayton Kershaw last night.
Padres own him.
Padres playing good baseball. Two-two pitch. Noonan has got to get rid of it quickly. He does. And they get the speedy Echeverria.
Now he knew he had to hurry, and the way he positioned his lower body to catch the backhand made it easy for him to get into throwing position.
Yeah, plus if you watch Noonan now, he's got his momentum going to where he's going to throw the ball, and you can get just a little extra on it that way.
And with Echeverria, you need it. He can fly.
Blanco takes a strike. Blanco doubled in the 2nd, hit a fly ball to right in the 5th. Very high.
Javier Lopez heading down, probably going to be Zito's last inning. He has pitched beautifully today, and a very emotional start for him.
He wanted that high breaking ball for a strike. He didn't get it. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. And Polanco continuing to have ownage on Zito. Now 14 for 22.
Yeah, those are bizarre numbers. but he's definitely comfortable. You know he sees him well. Guy put those kind of numbers over there. It's almost like he knows what's coming. Or it doesn't make any difference what is coming.
And not sharing.
Yeah.
So Mathis walked intentionally in the second, struck out in the fifth. So it's 1-0 to Mathis. This is hit out to Pence. Pence moving back, and he'll put it away to end the inning. So Barry Zito should get a terrific ovation as he departs. The folks here at AT Park standing. Nice job.
The Giants are about ready to take their at-bats in the bottom of the seventh. Minor, when you're away from the Bay Area, you can't watch the Giants live. You can take your team with you with MLB.tv. Watch every out-of-market game live online on your favorite connected devices in HD quality. So go visit MLB.tv to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere.
There's the line for Barry Zito. And a run here for the Giants would give him a chance to pick up a decision. So here's Crawford, and Crawford takes a strike from Jacob Turner. Crawford 0 for 2. Bounces this one foul. Crawford lined out in the second inning, and then he bounced out to short in the fourth. Giants have had a runner in scoring position in every inning except the second and the sixth. Oh, and 2 to Crawford. And Crawford swings and misses. And that's only the second strikeout for Turner. All right, let's check in with Amy G.
All right, Dwayne, we have a new Romo's relief ready and able at tsnberry.com for Giants fans. Romo talks about newcomer Jake Denning to that bullpen. He also talks about the defensive prowess of Juan Perez. Find out his thoughts, tsnberry.com. Romo's relief.
All right, here's Perez.
First pitch, breaking ball, just a little bit high in. Guys, you haven't seen his home run power yet, but he's got some.
Popped up. Ozuna makes the catch, 2 outs. And here's Noonan. So no news with Nooney, huh?
I think Amy G has to start thinking about that seriously. If she can do bullshoot, she can do news with Nooney.
41,683.
Here's Noonan. Noonan picked up a base hit in the 3rd inning. Yeah, thinking about it? Yeah. You'll shoot it down by the time you get to the outskirts of Petaluma.
That's true.
This is bounced foul. Yes, Amy, last night some folks brought in some fried calamari. So Amy wants some calamari?
What'd she say?
I got the big, no.
Yeah, she doesn't do seafood.
The 1-1 pitch is popped up. This could be playable for Mathis. And he'll hang in there and put it away. So we'll head to the 8th. It's 1-1.
Is brought to you by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
It's a 1-1 ball game here in the 8th inning. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
New pitcher now for the Giants, Jeremy Affeldt, coming in for the 30th time, 1-3 with a 3.12 ERA. Last 3 outings have not been typical Affeldt. The first 2 of those 3, he really had some mechanical problems. He corrected that his last outing, but had a bit of a bad break type of outing. So right now, he statistically is a bit of a slump. But with Affeldt, it all gets down to release point. If he's in command of his release point, it's almost always he's going to pitch well. Fastball, low 90s, big sink, big curveball, split.
Pierre fouls this one out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. In at third is Noonan. In at first is Belt. In at second is Scudero. It's just about all you need to know what you think that Juan Pierre might do. And that's the reason why Affeld's going to have to hurry, and they got him in a nice play.
It's a difficult play because you can't hurry it. You have to make the play, and you have a tendency to want to try and make it too quick, especially the exchange. You're waiting and you're saying, get down here, and now a nice exchange, and he guns a great fastball over the belt.
He also might caught it with two hands, and he didn't have to dig into his glove.
And it was bang, bang.
High to Ruggiano, who's 0 for 3. In tight, 2 balls and no strikes. Noonan on one hop. 2 down. Nice play.
He has been doing that all day long. And he has been turning down some flames. When you're playing third base and shortstop with Zito and Affeld out there on the mound, you're going to get some action. This one, a top spin, 1-hop seed. He wrestles down, finds his sea legs.
With this kind of play, Mike, you have to kind of guess where you think the ball's going to end up and then adjust.
Now, once he got it, he had all the time in the world to throw out Ruggiano.
Here's Lucas. No balls in 1 strike. Low, 1 ball and 1 strike. And it's past Belt. And Lucas with his 3rd hit, and he's been on base 4 times. So here's Stanton.
Sergio Romo is ready to go, and here comes Bruce Bochy.
So Abreu is going to come in on the double switch. So Romo comes in. Affeld will depart. It's a 1-1 ball game. goodness.
Another bridal party. You saw the bride there holding up the sign. That group down there by the Marlins dugout have been having a great time today. Sergio Romo now for the 33rd time. He's coming in for Bruce Bochy, 3-3 on the year with a 2.54 ERA to face the big fella, Giancarlo Stanton.
Outside for a ball, 1-0. Abreu came in on the double switch, so Abreu will lead things off in the Giants' half of this 8th inning. And that one hit the outside corner, a little up, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Stanton 0 for 3. Lucas with his lead. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Big pitches, 3 sliders, and a quick 1-2 count. And boy, you get him to swing at that one. He made a good pitch.
And a toss to first, chasing Lucas back. One ball and 2 strikes. Got him. Giants need a run. It's 1-1.
Inspired by Hall of Famer Willie McCovey, the Stretch Drive is a fundraising campaign designed to raise awareness and funds for the Junior Giants program. Junior Giants is a free, non-competitive baseball program that stresses the importance of character development, self-esteem, education, and leadership. Go to jrgiants.org to see how it works and to see how you can help.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Chad Qualls, the new pitcher for the Miami Marlins, and this is what he has done in 28 games, 2-0 with a 3.29 ERA. Qualls, you're going to see a power sinker that'll go low to mid-90s, but big-time sink and a slider. 20 strikeouts in 27 1/3.
And Abreu will bat first. And he'll lift the first pitch out to left field for Ruggiano. And that's 1 pitch, 1 out. And that'll bring up a Blanco, who's been on base 3 times. Blanco doubled in the only run in this game for the Giants. He did that in the 5th inning, and Qualls starts him off for the strike. Scudero on deck. And that's way outside. Now, this was the ball that Blanco hit, and I mean, he hit it a ton, but then it disappeared.
Well, Barry Zito was at first base. He was allowed to score. Mike Redmond came in there and argued that that shouldn't have happened. And Mark Wagner, the first base umpire, said, "Time to leave, my friend."
This is hit on the ground to Lucas. 2 outs. Stay tuned immediately after Giants baseball for Esurance Giants postgame live. Highlights, reaction, analysis. It's all coming up right after the game. Here's Scudero. Scudero singled in the first. He's 1 for 3. Right now trying to get on for Buster Posey, who's on deck. And Scudero takes a strike to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of the 8th here at AT&T Park. Scudero, and that breaking ball fouls it back.
Giants looking for some 2-out thunder here.
Scudero sends another souvenir in the seats. And the 1-2 to Scudero. And Scudero takes low. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's the one you got to lay off. I mean, the big time sink. The lower his fastball goes, the 2-seam sinker, the heavier it gets. How do you hit a sinker ball? You look up. You really can't be too selective when you're in a count 2 strikes. You got to protect. But you definitely want to lay out that last one.
And he got him looking. So we'll head to the 9th. It remains 1-1. baseball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. A 1-1 ball game as we go to the ninth. Romo. Romo got the last out. And the eighth as he struck out Stanton. So here it'll be Ozuna, Morrison, and Echeverria. And a slider down low. Ozuna's 0 for 3. Did hit the ball very hard off of Zito in the 6th inning, but it ended up being a 6-4-3 double play. In tight, 2-0. The left-handed hitting Logan Morrison is on deck. So this should be a strike. And it is, and it's 2-1.
Good slider. He didn't give in to him. And what we have seen from Sergio Romo since he's come to the big leagues is he'll throw that slider in any count to anybody and think that he can hit any spot. He's got that type of command with it.
Two and two.
Right back in, nails that outside corner.
Got him.
Just stretch it out a little bit wider and see if he protects, and he does. I mean, that's basically carving a guy up with one pitch. And let's watch the payoff pitch one more time. Starts it on the outside corner. See ya.
Morrison is 0 for 3. And he hit one to the warning track in center field in the 7th inning. On the ground to Scudero, right at the cut of the grass. He slipped a little bit. 2 outs.
Nice sinker on the outside corner. Just ran up off the tip of the bat. That's a rough at bat for a guy. He breaks his gamer. Hits into an out. That is a big league hang with him.
That's the difference between hitting right-handed and left-handed. Left-handed hitters hit so many ground balls to the right side, you actually watch yourself making out while you're running down the line.
I never thought of that.
It's true. There's a strike to Echeverria. Right-handed hitter hits the ball to third or short. I mean, you can watch, but it's going to slow you down. Most of the time, you just hit on down the line thinking maybe I'm going to make it. Echeverria trying to yank. It's 0-2.
Yeah, he had some mean intention on that particular 0-1 count. Cishek and Dunn. Cishek discloser, the right-hander.
Shallow left field. Who can get there? Crawford makes the catch, going down to a knee, and that'll end the inning. Nice play, Brandon Crawford. Get this out. Very nice. You've seen some of what has happened in this 1-1 ball game as Quall stays out, and he'll go after Posey, Pence, and Belt. So here's Buster Posey. He's had 1 hit in this series. Doesn't always tell you the story. He has hit the ball hard. And a first pitch strike.
93-mile-an-hour sink on the outside corner. The carry in this ballpark is to dead center. On the outside corner. 2 sinkers coming back and just nibbling on that outside part of the plate. And I mean a quick 0-2.
As he has to fight it off. Was Buster Posey's walk-off on May 3rd against the Dodgers. Oh, 0-2 with Pence on deck. Got him.
94'd him on the inside corner, and that thing just bottomed out like a left-handed slider. Posey swings right over the top of it. That's a beautiful pitch.
So here's Pence. Pence is 0 for 3.
He's not had great success against Qualls.
Tap to short. 2 down. And here's Belt. And Belt's going to face Dunn. So Chet Qualls does a very nice job.
Rob Leary, the bench coach for the Marlins, coming out to make the change.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. We'll be back.
Provident Credit Union Super Reward Checking, a checking account that pays you.
It's a 1-1 ball game with 2 outs here in the 9th.
New pitcher now for the Miami Marlins will be Dan Jennings. One of 2 left-handers they have in that pin. Here are his numbers. They're good numbers. We saw a good fastball, low 90s with a hard slider. They say he throws a changeup. We haven't seen it. Been pretty much all hard stuff, but it's live.
And he throws one at the knees to Belt, and it's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, that's a 1-0 paint right there. Not a whole lot you can do with that one, even if you're sitting in count leverage looking for a fastball on a 1-0 count.
Belt looking for a pitch to drive. Three and 1.
Well, they set the target on the outside part of the plate. That thing went across the plate in the inside corner. I don't know if it was low or inside, but if they were setting the target up over there, they may have gotten the pitch. So now Belt again with count leverage on a 3-1 count.
And he fouls it out of play. It's 3 and 2.
They have a pitch to hit right there. Right in the wheelhouse, and he fouls it back.
And the 3-2. Got him. Hey, we're going extra innings. It's 1-1. And Romo's going to maybe stay out there to face a hitter or two. Polanco's going to lead things off. Romo's thrown 14 pitches, so I'm sure that's the reason why.
Yeah, he has been on cruise control through an inning and a third here.
Polanco is 2 for 3. And he starts him off with a fastball for a strike. Polanco had all of his hits off of Barry Zito. Zito went 7 innings. Lines this one into left field, and that'll be a base hit. So Polanco is aboard. That's his 3rd hit.
Little slider. Catches a little bit too much strike zone right over the middle. And Polanco, who's always had great bat head control, sends it right back up the middle for a leadoff knock. And that's an important swing of the bat for the Marlins. Leadoff hitters in extra inning games, especially when you're on the road. Huge.
So here's Mathis. Mathis will try to bunt. And he bunts this one foul. Romo was getting out of the way because Posey was going to wing it down to second.
All right, how foul was it? Definitely foul. Look out, Romo. Gotta get out of the way. I have seen that where a catcher wings a pitcher trying to throw a ball to second base.
Mathis walked intentionally in the 2nd, struck out in the 5th. The line drive to Hunter Pence in the 7th. And he gets out of the way. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. There's the bunt. And Mathis bunts it foul. It's 1-2.
The only guys left on the Marlins bench are all left-handed hitters. And that was the way they started the game with 5 extra men, all left-handed hitters. No switch hitters, just all pure left-handed. So it figures that Javier Lopez is going to have a significant something to say in this game.
Got him.
So that's a big comeback strikeout and a wasted out for the Marlins. They could not get that runner over.
So Dobbs is going to be announced as the hitter. And Lopez is going to come in when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. new pitcher is Javier Lopez.
Take a look at the numbers that Javier Lopez has rung up here. 1-0 with a 1.53 ERA. He's just been pitching great baseball. He's just been automatic to the point where you almost take it for granted. He's been so good. He's not been charged with a run in his last 18 outings. It's 11 1/3. And lefties this year just 2 for 27 against him, hitting .074.
So here's Dobbs. Dobbs hitting at 220. And a shot into the hole, a base hit. So Dobbs shoots one past Crawford. And now the hitter will be Ruggiano.
Set up in the inside corner. The ball cuts out over the middle of the plate. Nice inside out approach, going the opposite way with the movement. And Dobbs beats it. So Javier Lopez, his outing is just a few pitches because he is done.
And it is going to be a double switch. It looks like Belt is walking off the field. So Arias will come in. He'll be at first. Rosario's in to pitch. It's 1-1. Here in the 10th.
New pitcher now for Bruce Bochy will be the right-hander Sandy Rosario. 9th time that he's come in. 1-0 with a 3.27 ERA. And what we've seen from him, really 3 good pitches. A fastball that's got lots of movement. It'll go 90-93. Good hard slider and a changeup. 11 strikeouts in 11 innings. Joaquin Arias on the double switch will hit the 9th spot. He'll play first base. Pitcher spot in the lineup is now the 5th spot.
And a breaking ball up and into Ruggiano. 1 ball and no strikes. Ruggiano is 0 for 4. He has hit the ball hard the last 2 times up to third. Both times retired, and now he asks for time. Lifted high and foul down the right field line, and that'll be into the seats. Lucas is on deck. down low.
Pretty good slider right there, and a nice take from Ruggiano. That's when you throw in a 2-strike count. When the guy's in a protect mode, he might chase. Ruggiano tells you in that particular instant he's looking for a fastball. And he's still looking for a fastball.
Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Rosario just threw one right by him when he was looking for it. So Ruggiano impressed. And that ball was by him.
Well, he could have been sitting on something off speed.
Tried to add on the 94-mile-an-hour fastball, just a little down and out of the strike zone. So now this becomes a huge pitch. 1 out, 2 on, 3-2 count. Do the Marlins send the runners?
They do not, and that's foul.
Wow, I'm talking inches. That was close.
Ooh.
Guy that had the best look outside of Posey and plate umpire Mike Winters was Lucas, the guy on deck. Just inches foul as Tim Timmons avoids being hit.
Three and two. Nothing going on with Polanco at second base. Got him.
And that's when he'll chase it, when he's got 2 strikes. And that's huge. Could not walk. The bases loaded with 1 out. A hard slider down and away, and Ruggiano cannot lay off it. And a big strikeout for Rosario. One more look. He takes that as the bases loaded. 1 out, so big strikeout.
Here's Ed Lucas.
Hottest man on the planet. At least he has been in this series.
Lucas takes the first breaking ball down low.
Ed Lucas came into this series hitting 271. He's hitting 313 now. Today, a perfect day.
Swing and a miss.
It's a good slider. Lucas was the offense really for the Marlins. This was a 2-strike breaking ball that he hit his first big league home run against Barry Zito back in the first inning. Really can't call that a mistake from Zito either. Zito was fantastic today.
And on a check swing, that got Buster Posey, and it's now 1-2. So Polanco at second. Dobbs is at first.
Ouch. Sort of every day he's going to take one somewhere. Just can't avoid getting hit.
One and two. Foul.
Ooh, that was a little bit too much strike zone with that slider. It had some hang time on it. Rosario got away with one there. You got to run a score position, a 1-2 count. You do not want to hang one up here. Ooh, look out. Best seat in the house.
Down low, 2-2. Seems like it's been like this every game.
It has been a grind.
Every game.
This whole homestand has been like this.
2-2. So Lucas back in. There's Ario at the belt.
Check swing and a slider in the dirt. Mark Wagner says no swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Good call. So now, with 2 outs, he doesn't absolutely, positively have to get in that strike zone.
The runners will be on the move. They go. Got him. 93 to Martinez, and it's the first time today that Ed Lucas is going to walk back to the dugout. Of the 10th, when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog expert.
Mike Dunn coming in now, 38th appearance that he's made this year. He's having a good season, 2-1 with a 2.78 ERA, 31 strikeouts and 32 in the third. You're going to see a good fastball. It's low to mid 90s, good hard slider, 2-pitch guy, everything hard. Strap it on, go get him. Giving up 2 home runs on the year. If you're thinking home runs, Giants have not hit a home run in 82 innings. Last time they hit a home run was back in Atlanta. It was Gregor Blanco that did it. They are in a power shortage. Have not hit a home run this whole homestand.
Crawford, Perez, Arias, Abreu, Blanco, and then Scudero, all to hit here in the 10th. Crawford with a bunt, and he just couldn't sneak it by Dunn. Had he done it, he'd have had a hit.
Well, you're right. It was a good idea, and you want to. I mean, you know that the third base, the left-handed pitcher is going to be falling off towards the third base side. That thing's about 3 or 4 more feet to the right of Dunn. He has a chance of getting it by him, but once it gets caught, you're toast.
So here's Juan Perez. 1 for 2. Perez doubled over the third base bag in the 5th inning. Fouls this one at the plate. 0-2.
Joaquin Arias, chalk it up.
High fastball at 95. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And that's right where he wanted to put that thing, at 95 across the letters. Not an easy pitch to lay off either, especially when you're in the protect mode.
A little lower, but still high. 2-2. Good swing by Perez as he fouls it back.
Pretty good pitch to hit there. 94-mile-an-hour fastball is impressive. For the 2 strikes, you throw that thing right out there, bell high, out of the middle of play. It's an easy one to defend. And that's one you can get hurt on, because he's going to supply the power for you at 94, 95 mile an hour. He will supply your power. You don't have to get a long swing on this guy.
Got him.
So the payout pitch, a hard slider. And Juan Perez does not agree with the call with Mike Winters, the plate umpire. One more look, and I can see why he's pretty upset.
Yeah, that's a bad call.
Took the bat right out of his hands.
You don't get that call just for any reason. It's so far away from the target. Arias takes down low. And a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Skied out to right for Stanton. And guess what? Stanton's not going to get it. As Dunn had snuck in behind Arias, and the Giants have a base runner. All right. Not real pretty, but a base runner.
Well, he almost got clipped from behind. Roberto Kelly, Giants' first base coach, blew out a lung yelling at Arias to get back to the bag as he made this huge turn. Get back. There you see Dunn on the sneak attack behind him.
So here's Abreu, who was hit once in this game, and he hit a fly ball to left field. And This is foul down the right field line and out of play. If he were to plant one down the right field line, as far over as Stanton is playing, Arias might be able to score.
Well, you see the room over there. The Marlins are in doubles prevent defense. They back their outfielders up, but Stanton, the right fielder, way over guarding Triple's alley. 2 outs, Arias speed. They'd have a chance if he could poke one down the line there.
Probably unlikely you can poke one down the line on that last pitch.
I think it was unpokeable.
Oh, 2. Hit out to right field. Stanton is going to make the running catch. And that'll end the inning. We will head to the 11th. It remains 1-1. Inspired by Hall of Famer Willie McCovey, it's a fundraising campaign designed to raise awareness and funds for the Junior Giants program. So check it out. You can get all the information you could ever want if you go to jrgiants.org and see how you can help.
Together we are giant. Yep. Gamer babes, they're feeling it.
Here's Stanton. High, 1 ball and no strikes.
I'm not really sure what that was. I don't think Stanton knew what that was.
Well, there was a pitch right at the belt, and it's fouled out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just outside, 2 balls and a strike. Webb and Cishek in the bullpen.
Stanton, very powerful. You know what he's thinking about doing.
Crawford to Arias.
Boy, and he had a pitch to hit.
He did. So here's Ozuna. Ozuna 0 for 4. Romo got him in his last at bat. And he shoots this one to right field for a base hit.
Now that has been his field of choice throughout this whole series. Really has had some great at-bats to the right side of this field. That ball was right there at the belt with movement working himself into the hands. If you try and pull that thing, you get long, you break your bat, you roll it over to the third baseman, stay inside, two-bagger. So just like that, the Marlins have a runner in scoring position.
And Morrison, I don't believe, is going to be allowed to hit.
As hot as he has been in this series, easy decision for Bruce Bochy. Plus, it sets up the force.
And once again, people in scoring position late. The hitter will be Echeverria. Maharis is trotting down to the bullpen.
Jose Mijares heating up. Nachos?
I'm just not ready yet, just yet.
Getting close.
Very close. So Echeverria, who singled in the first inning, is 1 for 4. And a first pitch strike, and it's 0-1. At second is Ozuna. Morrison is at first. And it's another game 2.
And how do you get Echeverria out? Hanging sliders. And that is a hanging slider.
Well, he keeps throwing to him.
I got to believe there's a thought behind it, because he just gave another one. I mean, you're ahead of the guy 0-2, and you throw a balloon up there at the belt, and he fouls it off. You got to think, well, he can't hit it.
Look out. Well, they wanted a high fastball, but I'm not quite sure they wanted it in that spot.
High fastballs usually are designed to go out over the middle of the plate, right above the letters. They don't often get swung at inside or outside.
Sario trying to get Echeverria to fish. He was not. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ozuna at second. Morrison at first. This will be the 29th pitch for Rosario. And Echeverria stays alive. On deck is Polanco. Posing set up off the plate. And he got a piece to stay alive as Rosario hit 93.
Rosario has really become deliberate on the mound. Not just the slow pace, but once he breaks his hands and starts his movement home, he's really slow right now. Marlins have not even sniffed a steal opportunity.
Two balls, two strikes. Boy, he just got a piece. You'd almost think, Mike, that if you were confident with your fastball and if you were confident that you could throw it on the inside corner, that it would eat him up.
Well, a guy dives out that far off the plate away. You got to think the inside corner's there. But I don't think he's going to take another pitch. He is in the protect mode. Just a no-respect fastball at 94 right through the middle of the zone. And I'm talking T-ball location. He just shoots him right down. Sit down, pal. So a huge strikeout for Rosario, but he still has work to do. As the guy stepping in has had a good day. And he is an excellent mistake hitter.
First pitch fastball fouled out of play, and it's 0-1.
Polanco a 3-for-4 day and really has used all the field like he so often will do. But with him, you really have to make better location pitches, especially when he's hot. And today he's been hot.
Oh and 1 to Polanco. Little flare to right. Pence is coming in, and he makes the diving catch. And Pence saves the day in right field, and we will head to the bottom of the 11th.
Shoe top, do or die, and it stays tied.
Bullpen saves the day. Here it is.
He came in and played a little shallow prior to the pitch, and that was huge because he needed every bit of it he could get, because this thing was shoot top high. Look at the concentration right into the glove.
Is that a sweet spot?
It's right in the sweet spot of the glove. And look at Rosario's reaction. And it lit this whole ballpark up.
I read his lips. I'm buying you dinner in Denver.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this crowd has been waiting patiently, and they want to be sent home happy. And the Giants have a shot here in the 11th with the top of the order. And that would be Gregor Blanco. And Blanco takes a strike. With speed and a guy like Blanco, if he can get on to open up an inning, it changes everything.
Well, indeed it does. And he has been on fire. Having a great homestand.
That's fouled down the left field line. It's 0-2. Hit up the middle. Lucas, can he throw him out? Not in time. Boy, a lot going on. Morrison stretches out. He's on the ground. Blanco slides in head first. He's on the ground. And the only one standing was Mark Wegner.
Well, here comes Rob Leary. They're going to make a pitching change, but let's watch it one more time. A little bit of a hesitation there, and perhaps that was the difference in the play. Not a lot of backswing, just a little hop right there. He couldn't get his feet set initially, and Wegner, the first base umpire, makes the right call. He beat it.
Yeah, it's really hard, though, don't you think, for umpires to get a good read when a guy goes in head first?
Indeed, it is.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. We'll be back. Let's see, how long have I been saying that? Since the 5th inning.
Well, new pitcher now for the Marlins will be Ryan Webb. 31st time that he comes in. He's a sinker baller, but he runs it up there with high velocity. 22 strikeouts in 33 in the third innings. Doesn't give up a lot of home runs. Just gives up a lot of ground balls.
Lucas moves from second to third. Dietrichs comes in to play second. He will be put in the 9th spot in the Marlins lineup. As Scudero stands in now with very good speed at first base. See if Scudero will try to move him along with a hit and run or with a bunt. He shows bunt. And Blanco gets back.
Well, by showing bunt early, that will hold your third baseman. He will come in, but he's not going to get a lot of movement in because with the bat control that Scudero has, he can pull that bat back and he can butcher boy.
Look out. 1 ball and no strikes. Posey on deck, 1-0 to Scudero. Scudero lays down a beautiful bunt, and now Webb has to shovel it to Morrison. Blanco is now down to second. This may eliminate Posey, however. Buster today is 0 for 4.
I'm almost surprised at this, that they're going to go at him.
Well, we'll see if they actually do go at him.
The only reason I say this is because Webb's a sinker baller. Means his fastball is going to have movement coming back into Posey, and Posey with his inside out approach, I mean, he's a guy who is very tough on sinker ballers. Best arm in the outfield for the Marlins, center and right. Stanton and Ozuna both with cannons.
And a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1.
And that was not a nibble fastball either. He went right at him.
Oh, 1 to Posey. Tried to shave the outside corner and just missed. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's a good pitch right there. We've seen that pitch called a strike with the zone that Mike Winters has had today. It's been a wide one. That's about a 50-50 location right there. Half have been called strikes, half have been called balls.
And the 1-1. And Posey bouncing ball up the middle. It kicks off of the second baseman Dietrich, not in time.
So Dietrich coming into the game cold. Gets tested on a tough play to his right. And he cannot make a clean exchange, glove hand to bare hand, and it was just enough time to allow Posey to beat it out.
You know what? That's a nice play by Dietrich. He really saved the ball from going into the outfield and made it a close play. So Pence is going to be walked. That'll load the bases.
And what that will create is a force at every base. And put the pressure on a younger player.
Yeah, that would be Hector Sanchez.
Well, it makes sense in a couple reasons. Number one, Pence is a good low ball hitter. And two, it does set up that force, which means the middle infielders can relax back and play double play depth. Runner first and third, if you were going to pitch to him, you'd have had to bring everybody in. So here you're going to bring in the corners with 1 out and bases loaded. You bring in your outfielders, but your middle infielders can play back. And with a sinker ball out there, Marlins are hoping they can get a pitch that'll get 2 outs with a ground ball double play. For Sanchez, you're looking for something else. You're looking for something that you can get in the air deep enough to score the speedy Blanco from third. And it doesn't have to be that deep, even with the good arms in center and right. Blanco's got good speed.
First pitch foul. No balls and 1 strike. Blanco, Posey, and Pence are your base runners. Left field. Coming in, it falls. And it kicks away from Ruggiano, and this game is over. So the Giants on a bloop. First it was the ground attack that set everything up, and then a bloop. And they win by a final of 2-1. And it was a much-needed win, trust me.
Well, it was a grind, and coming into the series, you know, it was a nothing-to-lose attitude that the Marlins had coming in. They win the first 2, and they battled their tails off today. The Giants had to do everything within their power to scratch this win out, and in the end, a little jam shot down the line in left field off the bat of Hector Sanchez. And the Giants fans go home happy, finally, against the Marlins. Their 9-game winning streak here is over.
So you see Blanco as he races home. So with